So you've been at your desk all day, deadlines stacking up, coffee turning cold, and you finally sink into a chair that seems to take the weight off your shoulders. It sounds ideal, right? But I think we all know it's not as simple as that. Most desk chairs just simply aren't great for it. Well, I think I might have found one that actually does the job very well. This is the COFO Chair Premium 2. This is being pitched as Japan's best chair, made even better. And honestly, after using it, I can see why. The whole idea here is to mix comfort with focus. It's not one of those chairs that just disappears underneath you. It's more like it actually helps you get through these long stretches at the desk. When the chair adapts to you instead of forcing you to adapt to it, work feels way less than a grind. And it's not just about work either. The right chair genuinely changes how you feel throughout the day. When you're comfortable, you're sharper, calmer, and even when the to-do list is stacked, you've still got a little bit of energy left over. But I won't lie to you, this thing doesn't come cheap. So the burning question is this product truly worth that asking price? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. So pulling everything out of the box was pretty straightforward. The packaging's neat, the parts are all separated properly, and it feels very well organised. You get the base, the gas lift, the mesh back, armrest, headrest, footrests, a little hanger, casters, plus all the screws and tools. There is also an included QR code for an assembly video, which is a nice touch. However, I will just quickly skim through it. It is pretty simple. Right, so the first step is to put the coasters into the bottom of the base. Just firmly push them to click them in. The second step is to slide the gas lift into the base with the thicker end going first. Next, pull out the aluminium rods from the seat, fit the footrests on and secure in with 4 screws. The fourth step is to drop the seat into the gas lift and press down to lock it into place. The armrests are next, slot them into the sides, tighten the screws and clip on the covers so it all looks clean. The sixth step is the backrest. This just goes on with 4 screws underneath. Line everything up first, then tighten once they're all in. Finally, slide on the headrest, add the hanger into the top and lock it down with the last screws. And that is it. It's nothing too fiddly or confusing. All in all, it took me around 15 minutes and by the end, you've got a chair that feels rock solid. Honestly, not too bad of an installation process. Now, my first impressions were just how solid the frame feels. The aluminium base has a reassuring sturdiness, and the whole assembly doesn't really come across as a flat-pack nightmare. Although there was a little required in the assembly, most of the parts are already pre-built. You're simply clicking them together. Now that we've got this built, I think you can't deny it's quite bold and futuristic, but at the same time it still feels professional enough for an office environment. The mesh is probably the first thing you'll notice when you sit down. It doesn't feel plasticky like a lot of mesh chairs I've tried in the past. It's softer, almost towel-like, but still firm enough to hold you up. I've been using it during some long editing sessions and it's breathable so you don't really overheat. But to be fair, it still feels rather supportive enough that you don't come away with that stiff back you sometimes get after a few hours in a regular cheaper chair. One thing I did notice though is after a few hours the edge of the seat starts to press against the back of the legs. It's not painful, but it's enough to make me shift around a bit more than I'd like. The sides are quite hard and that's probably where the footrest will come in handy. I guess this is just a trade-off with a firmer, more structured chair. It keeps you supported but doesn't exactly disappear beneath you the way a softer cushion might. The recline goes back to 125 degrees and with the footrest out you can genuinely have a proper rest in it. But at the same time, if needed, you can bring it to a comfortable upright position. What's nice is they've added these little simple levers that kind of look like they are electronically operated, but they are not. They have just been cleverly integrated into the chair to give you quick access to increase and decrease the height of the chair, recline and move the base forward and back. I think they look really cool and actually, to be fair, are rather responsive and easy to use. The headrest has been upgraded and can be moved up and down, tilted or shifted forwards and backwards. Once you've got it in the right spot, it actually feels natural and really takes the weight off your neck. I will be honest, I had to play around with it a few times to find what I felt was right, but once you do, you don't think about it again. It really does caress your head and neck really well. The armrests are ridiculously adjustable, up, down, in and out, angled and rotated all the way around. Whether I'm typing on a guitar, leaning back with a controller, it just kind of adapts to whatever I'm doing, which I didn't think I'd appreciate as much as I do now. If I was to nitpick, I would say there is a little bit of cushioning, but they're not exactly what I call plush. They're still on the firmer side, which isn't uncomfortable, but if you're expecting that marshmallowy, sinking kind of feeling, you probably won't get it. A quick note I forgot to mention is the recline tension knob. This does take a while to tune and get used to, and you can spin it up to 40 times to really fine-tune it in. But once you've set it up, you'll probably never use it again. It just really is about allowing you to find a comfortable sweet spot in how you adjust this. Every part of the chair is very much movable. It's quite clever. The footrest deserves a massive shout out too. It tucks neatly under the seat when you don't need it, but when you do, you can pull it out using the clever little slide lock mechanism. I've ended up using it more than I thought I would, especially during longer sessions at the desk. It definitely makes it easier to stretch out and you get a more relaxed position. That said, it's not perfect. It feels a little on the flimsy side compared to the rest of the chair, and if you're sitting for hours, it's not exactly the most ergonomic setup. But the adjustability with it and the ability to lock it into place, well, compared to other chairs, it's certainly a massive upgrade. Now, one of the main things I've noticed is how consistent the support feels throughout this chair, and it's probably one of my favourite things about it. It certainly reflects that asking price. On other chairs I've owned, you sit in one perfect position, and the moment you move slightly, it becomes uncomfortable. Here, the mesh and lumbar system kind of adapts as you move around. It means you don't have to think about it. You can just get on with what you're doing. Day to day, it's been a pleasure to use, but it is not perfect though, and there are some points to note from my testing. For instance, it's not the smallest chair out there. If your space is really tight, the frame and footrest might feel a bit much. Not to mention, this thing is heavy, nearly 30 kilos. Now that will obviously appeal to those looking for something sturdy and rock solid, but for those who need to move it around a lot and can't always rely on the wheels, well, it might prove to be an issue. All that said though, these little drawbacks are easy to forgive once you actually begin to use it. The COFO Chair Premium 2 feels like it's been designed to genuinely support you through long days. The upgrades over the last models, things like armrests, the casters, the improved mesh, they really make a difference here. So I guess the burning question is the COFO Chair Premium 2 really worth that rather high asking price? Well, I will say it is a bold design, packed with adjustability and built with proper care. And what I also like is the brand's bigger message. It isn't just about selling you a chair, it's about creating something that supports your physical and mental well-being every single day. COFO call it Japan's best chair, made even better. And the phrase makes sense once you've lived with it for a few days. For me, despite its drawbacks, I can't deny it is a very comfortable chair. If you're at your desk as much as I am, this is the sort of chair that makes the time fly by just that little bit easier. And with that all being said, be sure to check this product out in the link in the description. Let me know what you think, and as always, till next time.